we have here today is a very burly elm log. We don't even know what kind of elm. The guy who gifted it to me or traded it to me, I helped harvest these trees. He claims it's slippery elm. We don't really know. Could be slippery elm, red elm, American elm, Siberian elm, Japanese elm, we don't know. But we know it's gonna be real pretty. This got dropped on a driveway with lots of gravel, so we just hosed it off to try to save the blade. But we're probably gonna have to do a couple of swap outs on blades to get through this.
What kind of life do you get out of it? Like,
it's highly variable on blades. I'll usually break them before I wear them out. I'll hit them. I'll hit something nasty or try to back out of a cut and knock it off and ruin it. That's just what happens.
do they go like by TPI, like T per?
Oh yeah, this is 7/8 tooth spacing. On this one, that's pretty much what I run all the time. That's what I was recommended in the beginning. You can get 1 inch tooth spacing. I think you can get 3/4 tooth spacing. There's a lot of different spacing. That's turning 1800 RPM approximately. So my saw blade's running about 60 miles an hour, 5,000 feet a minute. So I pretty much got the engine set at constant speed. So you'll hear it pull down, you know, it'll vary a little bit depending on the width of the cut, the sharpness of the blade, all that stuff.
Now, do you alternate it depending on what type of wood you're cutting, or is this kind of like
Nope, no, it's all the same. It's all about what blades are supposed to be ran at to optimize, you know, efficiency of cut with blade life. Same thing with the blade tension. You know, you want to run somewhere between 18 and 25,000 PSI on the blade. Some people think higher tension keeps the blade from wandering more. It's actually the opposite is true. So I've been told.
Oh my goodness.
And it did not disappoint. So this here is closer to what its final color will be. When it oxidizes, it'll turn this kind of a mocha brown or whatever. We're gonna go 2.5. It's not very wide, so as long as we do a good job stickering it, letting it dry slow enough, then we'll get, you know, 2-inch thick or 1 3/4 thick finished. Electric lift and lower and electric blade guides, electric feed. I don't have a lumber scale on there. I have 4 threads to the inch Acme screws that lift and lower, so I just count revolutions for thickness. So for a 2.5-inch thick slab, I'll drop it 10 revolutions plus 1/2 for kerf. So a half revolution's 1/8 inch. That's about what the kerf is. The motor's a little weak, so it doesn't cut at a uniform speed, so we help correct for that by pushing on it or pulling on it. How thick am I cutting these? I'm cutting them at 2.5 inches thick. I don't have a thickness scale on my sawmill, so how I do it instead is this right here. It's an Acme screw, and I know that it's 4 threads to the inch, so I just count revolutions to get my slab thickness. So right here's where I do my count. So right now I brought it up a full turn, which is 1/4 inch, to pull the sawmill back. And so now I'm gonna take it down to my next cut depth. And so there's the 1/4 turn that I raised it up. Now I'm at the previous cut's depth, and now it's 10 revs. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 revs, and then a half a rev for kerf. There we go, ready for the next cut. This is raised versus pins, right? If we were cutting that way, we'd get pins. So like near the pith here, these would be pins.
Yeah, you can preserve it, but it's best if the trees are harvested in wintertime. That's when the sap's down. And then, yeah, some super glue, but it's not worth. Most of the time, you just get rid of it.
So it just falls off and you kind of let it drink off? Or do you...
Yeah, you're gonna have to knock some off. It kind of depends. Most of it will fall off as it dries and as we get out of the kiln.
We're stacking them in sequential. Putting the log back together.
It allows them, when you're drying, you want them to be like as uniform as possible so we don't get wavy boards. And yeah, so stacking them as they come off like this gets the most points of contact, like Brad said.
Yeah, I made a post the other day about there's this brand of sticker you can buy that's purposely got grooves in it. So that's to help prevent sticker stain, which is where if this stain molds, if this sticker molds where it's sitting on this wood, then it can leave a stain that goes way inside. So then when you flatten your wood, you've got these stripes on it that you don't want. I've never had any problem with sticker stain. Yeah, this is Douglas fir, and that's a softwood, and it does not, I've never had it stain anything. This log came from Boring, Oregon, and it was some partial payment for me taking this tree down and hauling logs for Windwood LLC. That's his Instagram handle. Now, because we flipped the log over, we've got to measure from the bottom up to get our thickness of 2.5 inches. This is pin burl. All those ones where it's shooting out to the side, kind of like this is raised, and then these are pins. Different angle of incidence on the cut. 11 foot 11. 11 foot 11. People often ask where I get my logs. I get most of my logs through scouring like Marketplace or Craigslist, or I get them from referrals. A lot of times I have to knock the tree down like I did for this elm. I'd knock the tree down and then hauled it out of there, cut it up, hauled it out of there, helped a little bit with the debris disposal, and then hauled it here, put it on the mill, cleaned up, got any dirt and rocks out of the bark, as you're gonna see or have already seen. Slice and dice. We chose to slice this one up at 2.5 inch thick slabs because they're kind of narrow. Otherwise we might have went up to 3 inches thick. And then now they're stickered and stacked. We'll put them on a flat surface, up off the ground, covered so they don't get rained on, and let them air dry for 6 months or so before they get kiln dried. Then we'll put them on the flattener, get them flat, and then they'll go up for sale. And people will make absolutely beautiful stuff out of it.
Is that different wood?
Yeah, this is black locust. Very yellow, very hard. You hear that noise? That noise is not good. The bearings are going out in this motor right here, so I've got to, once I'm caught up on my milling, I'll take it down, take it apart, and get new bearings.